Spin loves infographics. We do a lot of them. You can find them on our website, spinhawaii.org, under the infographics tab. And we have a whole section on transition from high school to adult life. This is one that we really like because it talks about the different stages of transition. And what we always want to remind folks is that you start where you are. It's never too early to start talking about transition or thinking about that mindset of what's going to happen when they exit school. And it's never too late to talk about transition. My son is 21. We are still going through, transition, even though he has graduated from high school. So it's just a matter of sort of where you are, what you're thinking about. If your kid's 18, it is still okay to be talking about job exploration skills. So if we look here in the elementary financial literacy and job exploration, and you think like, oh, my kid's too old for that. No, we're never too old and too young to be talking about these things. What's is important and we can miss is this window here at age 14 when we talk about diploma versus certificate track. Got to talk about that really in middle school, because once you get to high school, if you don't start taking classes for credit, it's harder for kids to catch up. Although they can be fifth-year students, even sixth-year students, to be able to earn those credits. But you want to talk about diploma versus certificate right around middle school time. And if your kid's in high school, you can still have conversations about, oh, can they take classes for credit? Kids can also take classes for non-credit. You don't have to take a credit class in order to take the class. So that's one that you do want to like find that age bracket and stick in there. That's also when DVR and job training skills start to come into play. But if your kid is 19 and you haven't had conversations with DVR, it's not too late. It's okay to start where you are and talk to your team, your IEP team, and say, hey, let's invite them to our next transition planning meeting. Another one that has actually a marker here is age 18 when we talk about age of majority. That's when your kids are becoming a legal adult student. So you want to start talking actually at about 17 with your kiddo, with your team, about what the options are. There's 4 options. Kids can either represent themselves in an IEP meeting. You can get a power of attorney so that parents can still help make decisions. The kid has to sign off on it. They can also rescind that. There is educational representative, showing that your kid cannot make decisions for themselves. It's a letter from a doctor to the school that parents are still making those IEP decisions. And then there's guardianship. So it's kind of a line from them doing it all themselves to us having guardianship over our kiddos, and then pieces in between. If your kid is 19 and they're running their own IEP meetings, it's a little bit too late then to get like a power of attorney. So you want to have those conversations early with your kiddo, how comfortable they feel. If they want help running the meetings, you can still ask to be invited, but if they're running their meetings on their own, if they are representing themselves as an adult student, we cannot step in and say, no, you can't stop speech therapy. No, don't stop that thing. If they're running it, it's up to them. So that's an important one, age 18 or right before 18, the age of majority, and what how the school is interacting with us as parents. If you get a power of attorney for that, to help make those decisions, it ends when the child leaves school. So whether they graduate or whether they age out, that power of attorney is only for education. But you also want to start thinking about insurance and medical, moving from those pediatric to adult doctors. Applying for college and supports and scholarships are important, and other programs like DDD, DVR, other employment programs, adult day programs. What are they going to be doing after high school? So this is a double page infographic, a snapshot of different things. You can find more about different parts of transition in the workbook that's on our Footsteps to Transition website. But we just wanted to give you a little piece of this one, okay?